Today's November 2nd. One day away. One day away. All right, let's start by standing next to the chair. Hand on the side. Go slightly behind the chair. Lift the arm up and side bend. And down. Go ahead and go the other way. And up and over, inhale. And exhale and switch sides. Good, do that again. Up and over, inhale. And last one. Good, separate the feet slightly. Hand on the chair, exhale, lift up to your heels and lower. And lift. Lift up to your toes, not your heels. Lift your heels off the floor. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. So we're going to do that while we side bend, if you're okay with that. There's going to be some balance stuff that'll happen while you do this. Keep your eyes open, don't close your eyes. So you'll lift heels up, side bend, heels down. We're just going to go towards the chair. Up, side bend, and down. Last 2, up and side bend, and down. And one more time. Up, side bend, and down. Good. Twist towards the chair. So bring this hand around without moving your feet. Breathe there. And then open the arm, twisting the other way. Exhale, come around, hand on the chair. And then open. And come around. And open. Good, you're gonna face the top of the chair, putting your hands on top. And we'll do some cat cows. So you're gonna curl. And curl. 3, 2, one more time, curl. Go ahead and lift those heels up, yeah? Lift the heels, drop the heels, stretch. Exhale, curl, lift the heels. And down. And one more time, curl and lift the heels. Heels down, roll up to standing. And come to the other side. Side bends over. And switch. And side bend. And switch. And side bend. And one more time, over. And switch. Good. Heels lift for 4. Exhale up. Draw your tummy in. 2, 3, 4. Good. Side bend with the heels lifted for 4. It's an option to leave those out. 3, 2, one more time, up and down. Keep your feet fixed as you twist. And then open. And come around. And open. Last 2, come around. And one more time, come around. And open. Good, hands on the top of the chair. This is nice hamstring stretch when you have your back flat. So you can tuck and curl and lengthen. 4 of these. One more time. Good, on the next one, you're gonna curl, lift your pelvis, lift up your heels. 3 more. 2. And last one. And find a neutral spine and round up to standing. Good. You're gonna go behind the chair. I'm gonna turn mine so you can see what's happening. But you guys are gonna go behind your chair. So I did that. I did that mat class last week, and the whole time my head was cut off, evidently. I was watching the video, I was like, oh, my head's cut off the whole time. Okay, so we'll go into a reverse lunge. So you're gonna step backwards, dropping the heel down. I got some nice sunshine going on here. Really nice stretch here. Try to keep the heel down as you bend the front leg and rock back and bend. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Step the feet together and switch sides. Heel drops. You go forward. 3, 4. One more time. And 5. Good. Bring the feet together. Take that right leg, you're going to take it to the back. You're going to point your toe and you're going to lift. So my pelvis isn't moving, my lower back's not moving. So it's pretty small. Nice little butt squeeze right here. Good. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. If it's too big, you'll end up doing this, or you'll end up arching your back, right? So it's very tiny. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Make sure your neck's not involved. Little squeeze. 2, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. Lift up your back arm. Place your front foot behind you, or your right foot, left arm, whichever. For me, it's front and back, right? Because I'm facing this way. So I'm going to reach and down. Reach. So I'm going to add the leg to this, right? So it's lift, lift. We're going to do 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll switch sides. Tap behind, reach the arm first. If you have a shoulder issue, you can always go to the side. Up. 1 more time. 4. Add the leg. Lift. 2. 2 more. And hold. Good. Feet right underneath you. You're going to stick your hips back. Little knee bend, stand. Hips go back, down. Little squats, down. So my knees stay relatively behind my toes. When I look down, I can see my toes. So my knees are not going forward. Down and up. Hips away from the back of the chair. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more time, and 1, and stand. Good. So I'm just going to turn to face you. You guys are going to turn. So if your chair's this way, you're going to come to the side. Okay. We're going to lift the knees up. Peel your feet off the floor. Let your toes point as you lift. Nice high knee march. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Staying on the side of the chair, you're gonna point your toe out to the side. You're gonna let your hip drop towards the chair and then you're gonna lift up. Hip drops, lift, drop, lift. So your pelvis is on an angle and then it straightens out. It's on an angle, it straightens out. 2 more. Then you're gonna straighten it out, hold it here, and this leg is gonna come up. 2. The leg you're standing on is working really hard. 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop your hip and stand. Tap in front, tap behind. Front, working that standing leg quite a bit. 4, no hip drop to the chair. Nice level hips. 1 more time. Good. Leg out to the side, drop the hip. Come back up, drop. 3, 2, 1. Feet together. Switch sides. Leg out to the side, drop and lift. 4, get the tummy involved, drawing the abs in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, lift the leg for 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, 1. Toe down, drop the hip for 4, 3, so working the standing leg when we do this. 2, 1, keep the hips level, circle front, circle back. 3, 8 of these. 4, stand tall on that standing leg. 5, 6, 1 more. 8, good, back to your high knee march. Lift, lift. Pull your knees up from your tummy. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, I'm gonna turn my chair sideways again. You don't have to. You're gonna sit on the front edge, like so. You're gonna lean to the back of the chair. You have lots of space here. Arms are by your sides, feet are resting on the floor, abdominals are pulled in. You're not necessarily tucking, right? You're not pushing your lower back towards the back of the chair. Your spine's pretty straight from the hips to the shoulders. Press down. 1, 2, 3. Push your feet into the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, 1. Breathe. This is 30. Lift a knee. Switch legs. Leg lift is optional. 9 and 10. Both feet down. Hug. Open. Exhale, hug. When you open your arms, don't let your spine pop out. So keep the spine still. Exhale, hug. Add the legs. Lift. Three more each side. 3, 2. One more time. Nice and deep in the tummy. Both feet down. We're going to finish up. 1, 2, 3. A little faster. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3. Keep your spine still. It's going to want to bounce. Last 10. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands on the thighs. Roll up to seated. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale. Start at the tailbone. Roll back. Touch the chair. Breathe in, exhale, top of the head. Forward, sit up. Inhale, exhale, roll the pelvis. Go back. And forward, up. And and roll back. And forward, go up. And rock back. And one more time, forward, go up. And rock back. You're not gonna touch, you're gonna just barely touch and come right back up. We'll go arms here. Just barely touch. Top of the back hits the chair. If that's not working for you, go ahead and lean into it. Come back up to reset. Otherwise, barely touch. And back. And back. Good, making it a little more challenging by crossing the chest for 5. 4, feet are heavy. 3, not using the legs. 2, last 1, back, sit up. Good, sit up super tall, hands on the sides. Chest is gonna go forward, so chest pops forward, chest rocks back. So now we'll work just in the upper quadrant. Forward inhale, exhale back. My elbows need to bend because of the height of my chair and the length of my body. So I'm just gonna bend my elbows. I'm gonna use the bottom of the chair for leverage and curl. And open up and curl. Last 2, open up and curl. One more time, open up and curl. Good, sit up tall, open the legs up, put the hands on the inside of the knees. So that should have gotten your abs revved up a little bit. Hands here, breathe in, exhale, drop the head, roll down. You can go all the way to the floor if you want. Breathe in, exhale, come all back up. Good, sit nice and tall, inhale, drop the head, roll through your spine. Breathe here, come back up. Up, drop the head and roll down. Come back up. One more time, drop the head and roll down. And come back up. Good, you're gonna hold the outside of your legs with your hands and you're gonna press out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of these. 9, 10, hold the inside of your legs. Push out as your legs push in for 10. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Good, legs together. Take both hands, go over to the right side. One hand's on the knee, one hand's on the back of the chair and twist. Come back to center. Take both hands, one hand on the knee, one hand underneath the edge of the chair, and pull yourself around. Good, let's do that again. Switching. One more time. Stand, sit really tall. Twist. Good, this time when we go this way, we're gonna twist and you're gonna take that back arm and you're gonna lift it and you're gonna hold on to your knee over here and you're gonna come up, eyes to the ceiling, and then down. We'll do that 3 times. Lift the arm, follow your hand, up and down. One more time, lift up and down. Switch to the other side. Hold the knee, hold the back of the chair. Release the back of the chair as the hand goes up. Again, upper spine, 2. One more time, breathe. Come back to the front, hands on the knees. Tuck and curl, so I'm gonna grab my kneecaps as the spine goes back. And then I'm gonna sit up and pull the spine forward. And grab my knees as the spine goes back. It looks like this. And then up and the spine goes forward. And one more time, so I'm really pulling in at the bottom of my ribs here. Back. And up. And forward. Okay? Let's do a little rib translation. So hands are gonna go here on the side of your rib cage, okay? Now without your hips moving, you're gonna see if you can move your rib cage from one side of the body to the other. And if you wanna use your hand to kind of help it, kind of push it a little bit, that's okay. These are your intercostals and the very top of your obliques. So the ribs slide side to side. You can inhale one way, exhale the other. Inhale one way. Make sure your hips aren't moving. It's not hips, it's rib cage. One more each way. Good, hands on the front ribs. The front ribs will come forward, and then the front ribs will drift back. Front ribs forward. Again, hips aren't moving, front ribs back. Front ribs forward. Front ribs away from your hands. Don't move your hands. When your ribs move away, keep your hands where they are. So I have a lot of space now between my hands and my body. And then as my ribs come into my hands, and exhale back, and forward into my hands, and exhale back. Good. Back to the front of the chair. This time we're going to tuck and curl back. So arms in front. Tuck and roll your pelvis back. Find the edge of the chair, lift up your right leg, hold on to it. You're gonna hold the back of the thigh. You're gonna keep this leg super close to your body as you start to extend. So your leg might get straight, it may not. Depends on your flexibility. And if you hold your palm against your hamstring, you might even feel that hamstring lengthen out. You wanna make sure you're in this rounded spine position. If you do it from up here, the leg is gonna really be compromised. So really sit back into the chair. Good, and then go ahead and start to walk up your legs. So if you can reach your ankle, fabulous. If you can't, if you can reach behind the back of your knee, just cradle that joint nice and carefully. And then you're just gonna bring your leg across a little bit. So we're gonna get into the IT band here. And then we're gonna open to the side a little bit. And we'll bring the leg back and let the knee bend and place it on the floor. You're gonna come back up to seated. I'm really on the edge of my chair. I can like slide right off. Hands crossed, exhale, tuck. Lift, little lower, pelvis curl, curl. So I'm not leaning back, I'm just moving here. That's it, just the pelvis. Tuck, tuck. Chest stays lifted, top of my head doesn't go down at all. So we're staying super tall, we're just moving the pelvis under and up. Pelvis under and up. Pull the belly in. These are very deep. Last two. Curl, one more time. Curl, sit up, roll back. Grab your leg and hold. Start to straighten the leg. Put the palms against the hamstring. Try not to lace your fingers together. So just stack the hands on top of each other and straighten. And you should feel some movement back here. Good, next one, try to reach up further on your leg, maybe your ankle. If you're super flexible, you might be able to get your foot, or maybe down here behind your knee. We're gonna bring the leg across. Nice little IT band stretch, and then off to the other side. And then come center, bend the knee, sit back up. Here we go with those little tucks underneath, okay? Hands across the chest, tuck in, curl. So if I hold my hand here, on the top of my head so I can tell whether I'm dropping in my chest, right? My head doesn't move. It's all in the lower body. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, those are super deep. Roll back to your chair. Pick up your right leg. Hold it here, okay? Let's take the opposing hand behind the head. You're gonna cross, okay? And drop. Exhale, cross. You can totally grab your leg to help you bring the leg up. If you're like, nah, I don't need that, you can put your hand on the side of the chair, or you can put both hands behind your head. You can also extend the leg forward. 3, 2, and 1. Good, leg down, arms reach, sit up. Breathe in, nice tiny tucks for 5. 5, 4, 3, don't squeeze your butt. 2, and 1. A butt squeeze makes your hips come up off the chair like that. And it also immobilizes the pelvic movement. So if your glutes are squeezing, it's very difficult to make your pelvis move. Roll back, grab your leg. Okay, opposite elbow, twist. So this is option 1. You're holding your leg. Option 2 is the leg goes down, you grab. Option 3 is you don't hold the leg. And then you can extend it by reaching the leg out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, hold your leg and sit back up. So that's a whole lot of hip flexor we just did. I'm just turning my chair, you don't have to stand up. So we're gonna do a little hip flexor stretch. So you're gonna turn to the side and bring your leg back. My watch is not happy. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't get into class. I'll have to read that later. And if you can, so I'm gonna put my hands down so that I can actually slide my leg back a little bit further. But what I have to do is bend my spine forward, right? If I try to slide it back too far, I'm really gonna feel it in my lower back. So if I tip my spine forward on the chair, I can really get some nice hip extension here. And then as the knee comes back in, I can sit back up. Okay, let's do 3 of those. So leg slides forward, hands on the edge of the chair, tip forward, come back up, and one more time. Out and tip, and come back in. Let's switch sides. So just start here with your knees straight down to the floor. And then lean onto the chair and stretch your leg out. Come back in. Only problem with chair Pilates, right, is you're in this constant hip flexion. So we have to figure out ways to get around that. Which is why the standing work is so good. Okie dokie. The bottom of my chair, that's probably too dangerous. Let's stand up. We'll skip that one. Go ahead and stand up. We're gonna go back to our side work. Can't have anybody falling. So we're gonna do some baby lunges to the front, to the side, and to the back. So let's just get the foot positioning right, and then we'll add the knee bends. So you'll just step forward, go ahead and put your weight down. This leg bends, this one's relatively straight. Then you have to step back, and then you step to the side. You're gonna bend both legs to the side and step back. And then you're gonna step towards the back with your heel down and bend the front leg and come back. I got something back here that's in my way, so I'll move that over. Okay, so step forward, bend your knee, step back, step side, bend both knees, step back. Your heel can be up when you go back, right? If you want your heel down, it's going to be a very small bend. Otherwise, your heel can be lifted. Here we go, front, front, side, both legs. Back. Any of these bother your knees, don't do them. Back to the front. Front, side, back, front, side. Try to put your foot down very gently. Back. Good. And stay. Switch sides. Hand on the hip, don't be too far in front, right? Because if you go forward, see how my hand is way back here. Okay, so position your feet. Try not to make any noise, both legs. Bend and back. Ugh. And front. And both knees. And back, forward, here, here, back. Two more. Front, both, back. One more time. Front, side, back. Okay? So how's everybody's chair? Can you pick it up? Like so? Or is it like super heavy living room chair? So this is kind of a deadlift. Terrible name for an exercise. So you hinge at your hip and then you stand. This is so good to train these lower back muscles here. So abs are gonna lift. I'm just gonna hinge at my hip. Hands are gonna go on the sides and come up. So you have to decide whether you wanna pick your chair up or not. Let's do it 5 times, no picking up the chair. So we go down and up. Your knees should be relatively straight and your hips shouldn't go backwards, right? So you have to work really hard to keep your body weight forward. You need to practice this before you decide you're going to pick up the chair. This is a lot of lower back work. 2 more. So between here and here, I'm super engaged, front to back. So my chair doesn't weigh very much, maybe 8 pounds, maybe. So I'm gonna pick it up. So I'm gonna go down, pick it up, put it down, stand up. What do you think? Pick it up. So Jenny, when you pick it up, you bend your elbows. You don't stand back up. You stay in that position. You pull it up off the floor. Put your feet back down. Same with you, Abby. Watch, you guys. So it's down. You're super engaged. Lift, lower, stand. Great lower back work. Last 2. Nice. Yay, good. Nice job. So the other hard thing about working in a chair is extension. Hands here. So we did a fold last time. Let's do hips forward this time. So hands on the top, and you're gonna allow your hips to go front. Not crazy about the head going back so much. So I'm just gonna tilt my chin down, but I'm bending this way now, right? And then back up to standing. And then bend forward without my head going back. So I'm opening up my hips. Now I'm gonna let my arms drop. If you're worried about balance, just do one arm at a time. So hip forward, push back. And other side, hip forward, push back. And push back. One more each way. Back. And back. Good, okay? Go back to the other one, which is the exact opposite of that, right? Make sure your abs are lifted. Option is to pick up the chair, you don't have to. So you hinge, pick it up, put it down, stand. So now we're folding the hips, lift, lower, stand up, down, lift, lower, stand up. Down, lift, lower, stand up, last time, down, lift, and stand. Back to the other side. This time your option will be to have both hands come off the chair. So the pelvis drifts towards the back side. The arms lift. I'm not actually lifting my head. My head's gonna stay still, and then the arms back down and the pelvis right back on the feet. Here we go, up, and down. You can exhale or inhale, I don't care. Last two. One more time. Good. So I want you to roll your hips around on top of your feet. Knees bend. And reverse. Good. Face the front again. Lift up your outside knee. You're on your toe. We're not being sassy hipped. So you're gonna lift your hip up. You're gonna close and open. Hand on your hip bone so that you don't go anywhere. So your hips don't turn, right? It's your leg that turns. This is standing clam. Option one is foot on the floor. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna slide your leg up so it's either next to your knee or just below it. Close, open. Don't let your hip move. Close, open. Open. It's the back movement that we're looking for. One more time. Good. So you can either go back to the floor, stay here, or you're going to take your leg off, close, open. So each progression is a little bit more challenging. Standing leg is doing a ton of work. 3, 2, and 1. Leg back in. Okay? Take that foot, go to the back, keep your toe on the floor. This front leg is gonna bend a little bit and stand. Bend and stand. So it's gonna look like this. My hand were here on the chair. Little bend, little stand. Little bend, little stand. Okay? Remember, don't send that knee forward. Send that booty right back down. Bend, stand. Challenge, touch the floor, lift your knee. Touch the floor, lift your knee. Big difference. 3, 2, 1, and stand. Switch sides. Strong hips, strong knees. Forgot what we did first. Did we do this first? Not that, right? In, close and open. So really focus on your standing leg. Squeeze right at your butt thigh on that standing leg. Last two. Good. Bring your leg up. You can always keep your foot on the floor. That's totally fine. Just lots of reps. Good option is to take your leg off your foot off your leg. That means you got to hold your leg up. Last 3, 2, 1. Standing legs getting mighty tired. Foot touches to the back. Toes are on, heels are lifted. Tiny bend and stand. Tiny bend and stand. Good, make sure your knee doesn't go forward. It's not a forward movement. It's not this. It's this, right? So you have to put some weight in your back foot a little bit, right? Chair is super helpful. Okay, if you want, you're gonna lift the back leg. So you're gonna go down, lift, down, lift. I'm too close to my chair. Down, up. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and up. Yes, circle. Reverse. Good. Hands on the chair. I want you sideways like this so that the back of your chair is next to you so that you can walk over towards the edge and drop this arm. Okay? So we're just gonna swing this arm. The other arm is completely straight. Just swing. Good, now start to bend your elbow like you're pulling weeds. And then I'm gonna bend my knees a little bit. So I'm gonna make this a little bit more dynamic. I'm gonna twist, bend my knees. Twist, bend. Pull up and twist. Up and twist. The hand on the chair has to bend a little bit. 3, and 2, and 1. Good, both hands down. Walk out to a plank position. Make sure your hands are evenly spaced on the chair. If you don't want to do it, leave it out. So you can be here, right, with your hips up slightly. You just can't push the chair away from you. Super important that chair does not move. All right, otherwise your hips are low. You hold your breath, you press into your hands, make your shoulders work. No, you don't hold your breath, you breathe. One more time. Then walk the feet in and round up to standing, and we go to the other side. One hand on top, one hand off the side. Okay. Swing. Keep swinging. Two more. Good. Now pull. Pull. Nothing else is moving yet. Tummy's lifted. Now we're going to get more dynamic. So you're going to bend, pull, twist, bend, pull, twist. Pull. 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 You don't have to straighten your knees if you don't want to. 3, 2, 1. Hands in the center. Walk your feet back. Hips down. Hold here. Count of 3. Walk in. Round your back. And come up to seated. Standing, I mean. All right, let's sit back down. My water, here it is. How you feeling? Excuse me while I pour water all over myself. Sit towards the front side. Sit up super tall. So your spine is up, but everything else is melting down. Breathe. Drop the arms. Walk your feet wide. So let's just do some like dynamic spinal movement. So your chest will lift, your palms will open. Inhale. Exhale, I want you to curl and wrap your arms. Inhale, open. Curl, wrap your arms. Open. Last two. One more time. Good. Sit up tall again. It's a lot of breathing. It's a whole lot of breathing. Let your arms hang, but they swing almost on their own. Very tall spine. Good, they're moving just because of momentum. Now I want you to do this. And then I want you to twist a little bit with it. So hopefully the back of your chair won't get in your way. And then let's make it bigger. Try to do it without using your shoulders at all, right? Your arms just swing. 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. And center. Woo! Okay, hands together, elbows lifted. Okay, so you're going to come out to the sides like so. You're going to turn your hands over like this. Then you're going to curl your fingers in and bring your knuckles together. Okay, reach forward, open your hands like this. Turn them down and come down. Curl your fingers. Bring your arms up and bring them together. This is a nerve stretch for your forearms. You probably feel it. From here, I want you to see if you can get your arms to go out straight without your knuckles coming away from each other. It's about as far as I can get before my hands have to separate. And then you unwind your hands open. Turn down, go down. Curl your fingers in. Come up. Bring your knuckles together with your elbows bent and then try to reach forward. Open. Here. Turn. Down. Curl your hands. Ooh. Lift up. Knuckles together. Elbows are slightly bent. And then you try to straighten your arms forward. Uncurl. Open. Open. And down. Woo! lot of radial stuff around here. Roll your shoulders back. Really loosey-goosey. Two more. Good, and then from here, you're just gonna try to draw your shoulder blades towards each other. And then they move away and they draw towards each other. And they move away, and then they're gonna go up and they're gonna go down. Up, down. Shoulder blades towards each other and away from each other. So your arms have to move because your shoulder blades are moving, because your arms, that's how your arms are attached to your body, right? Is through your shoulder blades. Kind of. Now go up and down and up and down. So now we're going to go forward, up, back, down, forward, up, draw them together, drop them down. So you should get quite a bit of movement out of this. Front, up, back, down. One more time. Front, shoulder blades. Think shoulder blades, not arms. Up, shoulder blades together, and down. So now you'll lift. Then they'll protract, drop, back, up, protract, down, back. Two more. Up. Last one. Up, protract, down, and then let them rest somewhere in between all those four different locations, right? So you're not hunched, you're not pulling back, you're not elevated, and you're not depressed. Somewhere in between of all those places. And then we're going to lift our arms up, and you're going to wrap and open. Super smooth gliding shoulder blades. Wrap and open. Turn your wrist, wrap and open. One more time. Wrap and open. Arms down. Sit tall. Totally relax shoulders. Turn your head side to side. Oh, your neck is all nice and free. Last time. Good, and center. Woo! All righty, my friends. That was